Our first video in the class is going to be about scientific notation. Scientific notation is something you learned a lot about in middle school and you've used in your previous science courses, but we want to go over it one more time to make sure that we're all on the same page with working with very large and very small numbers, which is the value of scientific notation. Scientific notation allows us to take a very large number or a very small number and write it in a much shorter form that's much easier to work with. There are two parts to any scientific notation. The first part is that you're going to make sure that the number is always between 1 and 10. So greater than 1, less than 10. There's a decimal point that comes after the first digit. And the second part is the power of 10 that we want to work with. Now, let's suppose that we wanted to work with the number 93,000 or 93 million. Now let's suppose we want to work with the number 93 million. We want to express that in scientific notation. To express that in scientific notation, we first need to make sure it is a number between 1 and 10. So we would need to move the decimal place until we end up with a number between 1 and 10. In this case, that number would be the number 9.3. Now, we're obviously not dealing with 9.3 by itself. We're dealing with a number much larger than 9.3. So this is where the power of 10 comes in. The power of 10 is determined by how many places the decimal place is moved from the end of the number after the last zero. In this case, if we started with the decimal place here, we had to move it 3 places to get to the thousands place, 3 more places to get to the millions, and 1 more to get to 9.3. So in this case, we'll use 10 to the 7th. We put that together and we write the number 9.3 times 10 to the 7th. Now, we can also do this with small numbers. A small number can be anything less than 1, and we basically want to write that also in scientific notation. Say, for example, we have the number 0.01. If we're going to move that in scientific notation, we'll move the decimal place 2 places to get a number between 1 and 10. In this case, we moved it 2 places, 1 times 10 to the negative second. Another example we have here, 0.000000423. In this case, we'd want to move it 1, 2, 3 places, 4, 5, 6 places, and then between 1 and 10, so 7 places. So the number 4.23, we moved it 7 places, so 10 to the negative 7th. Now this should all pretty much be review for you, so I don't think you're going to have a lot of difficulty with that, but let's look at a couple of examples. With these examples, I highly recommend, when you see examples like this in videos, that you stop the video, press pause, and do the examples yourself. Then press play again and see if you completed them correctly. Hopefully at this point you have completed the examples and you are now ready for us to go over them. This first one, the number is going to be 9.8145. We moved it 4 places, so times 10 to the 4th. The next one, 9.331442 times 10 to the 6th. The next one, 7.221 times 10 to the negative 4th. The next one, 1.016 times 10 to the negative 5th. Now if we scroll down, we have a couple more examples. Once again, you can pause the video at this point. Make sure that you understand what we are doing, try it yourself, and then press play again and see if you got the right answers. Now that you've pressed play again and that you're ready to go through these problems, in this case we're taking the number from scientific notation to standard notation. So in this case, we're going to move the decimal place 5 places to the right, so we'll end up with 623,500, so 623,500. This case, we're moving the decimal place 4 places to the left, 0.00072229. This place times 6 places to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with the number 5,001,000. In this last example, not written in very good scientific notation because it's written 621 times 10 to the negative 8th. So if the decimal place was being considered here, we want to move it 8 places to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0.0000621. The biggest thing with scientific notation, though, is going to be how we use scientific notation in our calculator. We'll take some time in class to really focus on this over the next couple of days. Make sure that we are doing scientific notation correctly.